Good afternoon everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's just after 3 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon on a gorgeous day. It's absolutely perfect. It's as warm can be without being hot and unpleasant. So we're in springtime, and it definitely is a spring day. The birdies are singing outside, all the trees are coming into bud. It's just beautiful out there. Anyway, I brought you this little girl. As you can see from the title of this video, I finally finished Journey, but not only that, I finally have internet. I've had more problems than you've had hot dinners, let's put it that way. It's just been an absolute nightmare. Sometimes I would have it for maybe half an hour and then it would disappear, and sometimes I didn't have it for days on end, and it didn't matter how many calls I made to the provider. They just kept saying, yes, your internet is fine, it's working, and I'd be tearing my hair out. And the hours I spent on the phone to them, or texting, messaging a bot, and then messaging a whatever they call case management person, and blah blah blah. In the end, I had to go to the telecommunications ombudsman and ask them to intervene on my behalf, which magically made the internet work. But it's only been working for a few days, so I'm still not confident. I just, after all that experience I've had, I don't feel all that confident it's working. So that's been a big delay in even me being on YouTube or anywhere on the internet. But here we are today, and here's my darling girl. Now, as I'm looking through the screen, she is not looking her natural colour, which is exceedingly frustrating because I'm in the brightest room, but obviously the light is just not quite right to show her as she really is. To me, her face through the screen, the face looks sort of purple, but it's completely not. And I know when people say that, it's just too hard to imagine what the actual colour is like. Anyway, I'll continue for now. I'll probably add bits, try and film at a different time as well and add it on. But just let me introduce myself in case you're new to my channel and you've just found this video because of the title. So my name is Suzanne, and I'm the artist at Baby Bunting Reborn Nursery. Actually, I cut out the reborn word some time ago when someone was claiming copyright on that word. She said she owned it and nobody else could use it. Obviously that was proven not true in the end, but in the interim I had chopped that reborn word out, and so I'm just Baby Bunting Nursery now. I didn't change it back. I think three words is enough in my name. So I'm Baby Bunting Nursery, and I've been making these babies for 10 years, and I'm not sick of it, not for one moment. I absolutely get excited every time I make a new doll or think about making a new doll. I love the planning and picturing what I want them to look like, and everything. I just love this hobby so much. I come from an artistic family, and I think that's where I get my creativity from. If it can be passed down like that, it is anyway. So what else do I need to tell you? I'll just tell you that this little girl is made from the Journey kit, which was sculpted by Laura Lee Eagles, I think maybe a couple of years ago. This is from the limited edition #1. At the time that I bought it, we didn't know it was the first edition because it was just the edition. And just recently she's brought out a second edition, which I think is probably identical. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I assume it is. So she's from the first edition. She's the original and the best, let's put it that way. So she's a different type of reborn. I don't know if you've noticed, but the reason I bought this beautiful little romper for her was because it shows off her torso. This is vinyl here. On the inside she has a cloth body, just a normal cloth body, so she can be without the torso if I made her that way, but I decided to use the torso. To take the torso off, you have to remove the head and the arms, and yeah, I don't think you would have to take the legs off, because actually this isn't a complete full torso. It ends just below the nappy line, about here somewhere, just below her navel, and then the rest is just open, and so the legs are free. So she's got cloth body that comes out the bottom, so her nappy is onto the cloth body. So she's a little bit different, but it makes posing fantastic because her arms just go wherever you leave them, anywhere. You know, they move easily because of the way I've attached them. But they can stop up here, down here, halfway, anywhere you want them to be, they will stop. And, well, her little head just turns, of course. It's just like a normal head. It's on the cloth body, so it turns wherever you want it to be. And she's a very newborn little sausage. Absolutely love this kit because my favourite babies to make are the newborns. They're my love, and that's what I tend to do is newborns. Open eyes or closed eyes, I don't mind either way. And she's got these really cute little curled up legs like Levi, so you can pose her like this, or you can just bring her little legs down. And there they are, so cute. I've given her lots of newborn details, which I love doing as well, because you know you get to do different things when you make an absolute newborn. So she's still got a bit of, let me see if I can show you. Can you see that in her little ankle crease here? She's got some vernix still that the nurse missed, didn't wipe that bit, and then her poor little heel at the back. Let me see if I can twist her around. See if you can see that. Can you see that on her heel? She's got a heel prick, and it's quite sore around that poor little sausage. So she's got her little heel prick, and then her little face has got a few extra details. So she's got a little, just one little milk spot there, because I've noticed on my grandchildren when they were born, I honestly don't remember on my own children, but on my grandchildren, I didn't notice lots of milk bumps all over the place. But I do remember one of my granddaughters had one. So I've given this little journey. She's just got one little one on her nose there, and she's already scratched herself, poor little darling, and her skin's kind of uneven still. You know, the blush is uneven through it, and you can see there's some veining and what else? Delicate eyebrows, a little bit of patch there. There's her little cheek. Her mouth is slightly open. So she can take a modified dummy, which I have made for her, but I decided I would try and make a magnetic dummy as well in case you preferred that. So what I did was I put two really strong magnets together and tried to glue them inside her mouth at the right spot. Now what happens with this kit is that there's an outward lump, which is the back of her mouth, and so I've had to glue the magnets onto that outward lump, kind of almost on the tip of that lump, to get the dummy to be in the right position. So so far it's in the right spot. Now that the head's stuffed, hopefully it won't move. So yes, she's got a magnetic dummy and a modified dummy, which doesn't have a magnet. It's just got the teat. I just cut the teat to fit into her mouth. So you could do that with any dummy you like. Just cut it and make it fit into her mouth. She's got two-tone hair, which looks really different through the screen as well. The blonde looks super blonde compared to the rest, but you know, some of the time when I was doing her hair, I could almost not tell the difference between the two tones because the brown is not all that brown. It's kind of I guess it's either a light baby brown or a dark blonde for her little hair. Yes, she's got the typical gorgeous Laura Lee Eagles fingernails that we all love, hasn't she? Look at that. Can you see that they're a bit longer? I love that look. So they're just very natural. Extra colour in them, like a real baby. Little hands, and such beautiful sculpting on this kit. Beautiful creases, and look at the little hands are perfect. So that's her. Now her feet are blushed, not red. They look so red in there, but anyway, they're just blushed. Hopefully if I try and film the next section at a different time, it might look a bit more natural. That's what I'm hoping. So what I'll do now is I'll just get her undressed so that you can see what her body looks like without clothes, because that's very interesting with this kit. I'll be back. Here we are back again. I've set up in a different room. This is actually in my work room, and it's the next morning, so hopefully the colour is better. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. So this poor baby can actually show you her beautiful colouring, which is not at all extreme. It's beautiful. Anyway, so here are her little feet, and she's just lying on her tummy, so you can see her back. See what she looks like. So she's got a gorgeous little spine. At the moment I've just got a little head turned sideways, and she's got the tip of her thumb in her mouth. I'll put some photographs at the end, some close-ups of different bits and pieces of her, but hopefully you can see the back of her little head. And yeah, she's really cute, and this nappy is just a newborn size nappy. Excuse me. Oh, and it's a beautiful day again today, so it's perfect for filming. Fingers crossed. I really seriously hope that her colour will be good this time. I'll just flip her over. Right, here she is, flipped over back onto her back. So now you can see what her torso looks like. So it's a complete torso, it goes all the way around her, as you could see when I showed you her back. But it ends just under here, and then it's cloth body and just her legs. So that's her little body, and I think the colour is okay that you're seeing her. Hopefully it is. Now I'll just show you something that might be a little bit scary for you, and it's what I call the worm. This came with the kit, but you don't have to use it. It's a bit of her umbilical cord. It's quite long, so I assume she's just born and it's just been chopped. But usually a baby's umbilical cord is chopped much closer to the belly button. But anyway, so that's an optional extra if you want to put that on her sometimes. I've made it to look as realistic as I could, and it has a magnet there. You see that? So that just sticks straight on there, because there's a magnet on the underside of her tummy. But it's, as you can see, it's easy to have on or off, whatever you prefer. And let me just tell you something really funny. When I had a look at her COA, look what it says, which I did not realise. It says first edition. I thought there was just an edition, and this was it, and then later Laura Lee Eagles came up with the second edition. But look, this one is called the first edition. Actually says that, so there were always plans to have a second edition. So that's the front of it. So she's number 984 of 1,200, and this is just the back with some of the, I guess these are prototypes. Let me just move back a bit so you can see the whole thing. That's a good idea, isn't it? I didn't think of that. Just move it back. There we are. Let me show you the other side so you can see the whole thing at one time. There we are. So that's her COA. So there you are. She is a first edition, but yeah, she always was part of a first edition. Silly me, I just didn't realise that. Now, shall I show you her magnetic dummy? Let's see if it's still working, because I told you in that first clip that I had double magnets inside her mouth. So let's see if it just, yeah, that's still perfect. Good. I'm always scared it's going to move magically, but I don't think it can anymore, because her head is full, it's weighted, so hopefully the magnets are in place. So that's her magnetic dummy, and she also has this little one, which is a modified one. Let me just show you. It's a very little one. It's so sweet. I love these dummies. They're made by Nook, but they're called what are they called? First something, and so they're quite small. Well, they're smaller than the usual ones. So I've just cut, I'll show you, sorry, I should have shown you instead of diving for her face. There's just the cut teat there. So it's easy to do. You start off, you don't cut off too much, and you gradually get it to the shape you want it. So there's her sweet dummy that just fits in there perfectly easily. Yeah, so that's that. Now, let me see what else can I tell you about her. I can tell you that she weighs 5 pounds 2 ounces. I think having the torso or the body plate on her adds a bit of weight too, and I weighted her cloth body inside there normally as I would, so she's sort of just weighted exactly the same as normal with the addition of that vinyl body. Now, I haven't measured her length. Let me see if it says anywhere on the COA. It doesn't, so I'll have to look that up. But she wears newborn clothes perfectly. So So I guess she would be sort of a 19-inch baby if her little legs were straight, and they're quite bent. They're quite bent, aren't they? So that's what she looks like in the altogether, except for the nappy. I thought I'd better leave that on. I didn't know what YouTube might say to me if I just showed her without the nappy, so I didn't want to risk it. Oh, when I tuck the foot down, you can't see it because of the fluff. Let's just put it over there. See what you can see. Yeah, you can see. You can just see one foot now. But there she is in the altogether. So what I'll do now is I might just put her in some sort of outfit for you to see her dressed, and I'll be right back. Here she is, all dressed and ready to say hello to you again. Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of hello, look what we have here. Isn't that so cute? I love to put this on my new babies, just to say hello to you all. So it says hello world, and then it's got this beautiful little picture of gum nuts and gum leaves. I have a little West Australian flowering gum in my front garden, and it's just beautiful when it flowers. I think I've shown you pictures on my channel before of that, haven't I? Yes, with the birds, I think. The rainbow lorikeets on it. Anyway, so that's that. So she says hello to everybody. She says hello, 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 nice to meet you all. I hope you love me. So here she is. Let me just move this slightly because I think the feet are almost cut off. There we go. So this is a little, I call it a baby grow, a sleep suit, sleeper, whatever you want to call it. And it's by Next, and it's a beautiful soft pink, but not strictly a baby pink. It's almost like a slightly dusky pink, very, very pale, and it's got a Peter Pan collar, you can see, and 3 cross-stitch bunnies embroidered onto the front panel. Just beautiful. Buttons up the back. It's a size up to 1 month, because I find when you buy sleepers, it's best to go a bit bigger, so there's plenty of room for the little bent legs. Otherwise she would be in a newborn size, yeah, if it wasn't like an all-in-one type thing. So there she is, dressed in that. I don't know if you guys want to see what she would come with. For me, I love surprises, so usually when I send babies home, I haven't shown many of their outfits. But I have since sort of realised that not everybody likes surprises. Some people want to know exactly what they're getting. Whereas I think for me it's fun to go, oh wow, that's gorgeous, I didn't know that was coming, and you know, like that. And but some people want to see everything. I can tell you some of the things she's got. I've got a beautiful little cream cardigan for her. I've got her newborn baby hat. I've got her side snap long sleeve white t-shirt. I've got her Pure Baby outfit. Pure Baby is one of our brands here, and it's a white with or a cream actually long sleeve t-shirt with sweet little pictures on the front, and then matching bloomers in a pink, sort of a pink marl with frills on the back. And what else have I got her? I've got her a little t-shirt that's just got frills on the sleeve, like broderie anglaise frills for sleeves, so it's sort of sleeveless but with those butterfly wing or angel wing, whatever you want to call those kind of sleeves. And so that can be worn under that gorgeous romper that I showed you yesterday. Let me think what else she's got. Oh, I bought her 2 beautiful dresses, pale blue and white stripe with, just looking at it now, with some smocking across the front, and the other one is still coming, and it's pink, and it's got, was it smocked? I think it was smocked as well, like proper, you know, cute little dresses. Anyway, so that's what I can think of at the moment, and obviously a lovely blanket, and oh, she's got a hair bow as well. I don't think you call it a bow, a hair decoration. This one, it's a flower that goes around her head. She looks very cute with that. And her dummies. Oh, and she's got, this is her lovey, which is one of my favourite things. I try to send these home with the babies when I can. It's by Pure Baby, and it's a little, I think you would call it a sheep rather than a lamb. It's super soft and it rattles. because she likes the rattling sound. So that's most of the things she would come home with. Now let me just tell you about how I make these babies, because you probably want to know that too. So I use Genesis heat set paints, and I don't know if you can tell, but there's a lot of detail that goes into how I paint. I go slowly, I go very carefully. I'm not like a, you know how some artists can just go pshum, pshum, pshum and magic, things look great. I am an artist who goes pshum, pshum very carefully, and I don't heat set anything until I'm really, really happy with it. So she's got many layers, but everybody says that. So, but she has many layers, because that's just the only way to get the good effect that you want. I hope you can see her eyebrows. They're very, very lightly painted. She actually has got what, you know, that little fine fluffy hair that they sometimes have. I've painted a bit on either side of her face and a little bit around her eyebrows as well. And I did mention yesterday she's got that little milk bump there on the side of her nose. She's got sort of veins and light undertones of blue around the place, but I'm not keen on on babies when they have blue in the middle of their hands, because I've never seen a baby with a blue in the middle of their hands and feet, so I don't do that. But I carefully do the nails, the hands, a lot of attention to all the detail everywhere, so she's all mottled and, you know, veined. And after all of that's done, I use varnish, a Genesis varnish, and you can feel it, but it's not rough. It doesn't feel like smooth vinyl anymore. It feels like, it's very hard to explain because it's not rough. It's not, you know, it doesn't have a really rough texture, but it definitely has a texture. You can feel it. But I put on 3 coats, and I heat set each coat 3 times to make sure that it's, you know, as permanent as it can possibly be. I don't think there's any foolproof varnish that will last forever and ever. I think most dolls need touch-ups. Certainly my girls and boy here need touch-ups. I should do it, but, you know, I don't. It's like if you're a plumber, you have dripping taps at home kind of thing. So my dolls need some attention, that they, yeah, one day they might get some extra attention. And her hair is basically two-tone. I think I mentioned that yesterday. It's I've given her very light around the edges and very fine hairs down here near the sides of her ears, and here there's light as well, the same on that side. And then you can see just blends into slightly darker, which is kind of it's a light brown, I guess you would say. And then you can see through her hair, she's got some red patches, the poor little thing, but she's just been born, so I think she looks pretty good considering. I think she looks great considering she's just been born. Just beautiful. So that's her. Oh, I did check her length while I was dressing her, and she is 19 inches, but I'm sure that would be if her legs were stretched out. So she's an absolutely perfect newborn size. So I think that's all I have to tell you about her. I'll take some more photographs and put them on the end of the video, some close-ups, so you can see a bit more of her detail. And hopefully she's not looking too red. Oh, I can't really tell. Oh, I hope she's okay. Actually, is it too dark? Oh my goodness, this is crazy. I am crazy. I just can't get the right light. She's in front of a window and the light is coming straight in. So I was hoping the natural light would show her natural colour. Perhaps the photographs will show better. So I'll definitely do that. So just wait till the end and watch the photos at the end. So I think that might be all for today, and I hope you love my little journey girl. If you're interested in her, please email me at babybuntingnursery@gmail.com. I'll write my email address down in the description if you'd like to know anything about her price, and please just let me know. Yeah, so that's her. I think that's all I have to say. But we both say goodbye to you all. Bye-bye, bye-bye. Let's turn and look at everybody, okay? So that you can properly show your little face, which is just gorgeous. Just love this kit. Absolutely love it. So did I explain to you about the hands, that they're both spread, but her little, this is her left hand, isn't it? Yes, her left hand, the index finger is curled downwards and the other fingers are spread out. This one isn't quite as her right hand, on her right hand, the fingers aren't quite spread straight out because her index finger and her middle finger are slightly curved. The other ones are pretty well straight. So they're her hands. And so both her arms are bent, as you have seen, and her little legs are very bent and very cute. Now, she's not a floppy doll because of this body, but you can always take the body off by removing her head and her arms. And if anybody would like to buy her but have the body off, I can do that for you. And I'll send the body separately. And you can always just put it back on. Just need cable ties. I can send some cable ties with her. So if you're interested in that, I can do that for you. And then she'll be floppy. But she's extremely poseable like this. And I just love the fact that she can wear sleeveless things. And, you know, you can show her little back off and all of that sort of thing. So it's kind of a toss-up, isn't it? Which way you want to go. Yeah. All right then. Thank you very much for being here. I hope you've enjoyed seeing my little girl. And, yeah, we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.